Jack. Ready? Get jivin'.
I just want to see some tongue. I just want to see some. I'll pay for it. Just give me some tongue.
Get the tongue in.
Happy birthday to you.
There we go. Yay. We're live. We did it. There were no technical difficulties and we started on time because I'm totally responsible and yeah. And all the intros were done correctly. Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Jivin' with Jack. Obviously, I'm not Jack. And that's not Austin.
I'm his replacement.
That's exactly. We
Coming
are
for your job, Jack.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you, dude. It's gonna be Jivin' with Austin now and Bradley. So, but what's up, everybody? We got a cool new episode. Obviously, got some cool things to talk about. Before we get started, obviously, want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in and all the good. Yes, Katsuka, you get a 2-for-1 special today. Exactly. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, watching these past couple weeks, checking out the show and the Pantheon and everything like that. Really means a lot to all of us and everybody that's been working here, William and Brian and myself and Jack. So it's been pretty cool. Obviously, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode. There is no Jack and there is no Caden. So I am completely on my own. So usually that means, like I said, I'm very organized and on time, and there were absolutely no technical difficulties whatsoever. But I do want to say hello to everybody that is here. What is up, Mr. Wayne? Mr. Wang. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Anthony, always in the chat.
Blasphemer himself.
Oh my gosh, are you two gonna have a? That's gonna be the next YouTube boxing match. Is gonna be Bradley
I watched
and
Scream
Anthony.
5 again today, Anthony. Anything you say about that movie is heresy. It's heresy, my friend. It's heresy. Heresy.
There you go. YouTube boxing match. Anthony and Bradley. Aaron, good to see you, Aaron. It's always nice to have you here. I know you're usually here for Jack. Unfortunately, I am the Jack today. and he will be out this week. Obviously, send your love and thoughts to Jack. He did have a little minor procedure, but everything is okay. He's good, chilling at home. He's got the peas over his balls. The vasectomy is done, and he's going to be just fine, ladies and gentlemen.
Send some weed your way, Jack.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you, man. Always good to see you on the panels and in the chats as well. Much appreciate the love and support. Andrew Caselli is here. How's it hanging, my guy? Haven't seen you in a second. Good to see you back in the chats. Always good to see you. Stella! You probably get that a lot. I'm so sorry. I had to. Good to see you, Stella. Always nice to have you here. Let's see. Katsuka, of course, our good friend, or should I say Jack's Japanese little friend.
Might have some hot takes for you today, Katsuka.
Oh, we got hot takes all day. We bring the hot takes. Let's see. Good. By the way, want to know my top? I do. Yeah, put it in the chat, Andrew. We're definitely gonna be talking about the Batman today. That's for sure. And his top 3 Batman films. So let's see. I think that covers. Brian.
My man.
Brian. Oh man, I miss you, Brian. I'm sorry I didn't get to tune in yesterday. My sleep schedule has been terrible. And I sleep in the middle of the day and wake up in the middle of the night, and it's great. Yeah. It's great. But hey, man, we miss you. Love you, man. We gotta get you on here soon. Diao, my guy. Diao. Good to see you here. Let's see. Well, let's see. As I said, Jack recently had his vasectomy done. No kids for Jack. We sent him a nice cold pack of peas and some other things to keep him nice and cool as they retract back into his body, because that is what a vasectomy is, right? It's when your balls retract.
Yes, sweetie.
Got it. Okay, cool. Let's see. But I feel you on the sleep, yeah, man. But yeah, I think that about what's up, BlackRock 316. Good to see you here, man. I think that about covers everything or everyone. But before we get started, obviously, I know everybody's been talking about it all weekend, and it's been out since Tuesday of last week and stuff. But the Batman is out. It came out, and we saw it twice. I'm interested. I kind of wish Jack was here because I wanted to know what Jack thought about it. But you're gonna get our reviews instead. So I haven't really said much. I said something on. We went on Poindexter Lounge the night we saw it and gave a little non-spoiler review. But should we talk spoilers or should we wait? I'm tired. You know what? We're gonna go 5 minutes no spoilers and 5 minutes spoilers.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, and I'll put up.
I think it's if you're a DC fan and you're watching Poindexter Lounge and you haven't seen Batman yet. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys have seen Batman. We know you've seen Batman.
Exactly. Yeah. We want to talk about it. But I mean, overall, baby, what did you think of the movie? I know second viewings are always interesting and they kind of help. But you gave it an 8, I think.
I gave it an 8. I liked it the first time a lot. The second time I liked it even more, to be honest. I had some issues the first time, like I was telling you about, with Riddler. Still have some issues with Riddler.
He's great.
Still got some issues with
give me all that gimp.
Something we'll talk about here in a minute. But overall, I think it's a masterful Batman movie. Considering Batman '89, it's definitely better than '89. It's without a fucking doubt better than Batman '66 for sure. But you know what? Even though it is better than those movies, I don't think it needs to be better than those movies. Those Batman are their own Batman in their own ways.
Yeah.
And like all Spider-Man, all 3 Spider-Man are amazing in their own ways, just like all Batman are amazing in their own ways. Except for Christian Bale. We don't talk about Christian Bale.
What's your deal with Christian Bale?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
All right, that's another thing we're going to talk about. We're talking about Christian Bale. Trash. No, overall, I agree for the most part. I have refrained from using the word. We kind of talked about this. I refrained from using the word masterpiece.
Yeah, it's not a masterpiece.
It's not a masterpiece.
Close.
It's very close. This one and it's kind of cool because we watched the Planet of the Apes movies last night. I think I just have it. I love Matt Reeves. He's probably one of my all-time favorite directors. But I think all of his movies have a length problem for me. You can cut. Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know you were saying you can cut stuff from Batman the first time we watched it, but the second time, there's nothing you can cut that's not
I think you can
integral.
shorten the cinematography.
No, cinematography is perfect. It's setting the scene. That cinematography is everything.
It just
in the scene.
lingers a lot.
Like, it does linger a lot, but there's nothing in that movie that's not meant to be there for the story.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything is integral to the plot, and I love that. It's not, you don't just go off on this side mission for fucking no point at all, and like this is useless part of the movie. There's nothing in the movie that could be taken out. That's pretty much useless to the end result of what we get. Everything's in there for a reason.
Everything is in there for a reason and stuff, and I do agree with. It's all there for a purpose, and like even the poipus, even the which we'll talk about, I'm sure a little bit. The big cameo has there's a really good reason as to why it's there. It's not just a setup.
Yes. Well, it
is a setup, but it's a dual.
Not in the same way that people were talking about. People are kind of comparing it to the end of a certain other movie, and it's nothing like the other movie at all.
Right. This was more than an Easter egg as far, but I mean, I think that's the only thing that is it just gets a little drags in some parts. Even if the stuff's not if it's necessary, it's still just a little.
I can see that, to be honest.
To me.
It just I just with long movies. Normally, I anticipate a little boredom here and there. I anticipate a little slow burns and some stuff like that. But honestly, we need more slow burns in cinema, especially when it comes to the superhero genre. We get these fast-paced, cut to bullshit, fucking crap superhero movies, and it's fucking annoying. It's oversaturated with these 2 hour cut to the chase bullshit. I think it's time we deserve some slow burn superhero movies, especially with Batman. I think Batman kind of warrants a slow burn, especially when you're dealing with the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
I think the slow burn's kind of warranted, even though it does drag here and there. But I think we need more of that in cinema, and like in superhero movies, in cinema in general as well.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I have no issue with the slow burn, and even for a lot of it, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of, the mystery really keeps you on the edge of your seat. I don't think it is the best solo Batman movie, I think, for me, but it's not, it's, how do I say this? Like, because, okay, here's what people have been saying is it the quintessential Batman?
Yes,
like the Batman?
For me, it depends on what your ideal of Batman is. If you're like a massive fan of Batman, then you want to see what's in this movie, the detective aspects, the serial killer aspect, kind of like not the grounded realism aspect, like our reality, but the kind of like how Matt Reeves described it. It's kind of grounded in Gotham's reality. That's kind of what every Batman fan wants. If you're just a casual Batman fan, I don't think any of the detective stuff really. I don't even think people really know, because I've talked to a lot of friends of mine and family who aren't familiar with comics and Batman and stuff in general.
Right.
And they don't even know, like when I bring up that he's the world's greatest detective, they're like, "Oh, that's Sherlock Holmes."
Right.
That's this other guy. I'm like, no, it's fucking Batman. So when people see the detective Batman that aren't used to seeing that, I don't even think. Maybe they might not appreciate it as much as the massive fan like we do. But maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate it. Like, that was really cool is growing up, playing the Arkham games, and those games really dive into, like, the detectives. You have detective mode. You have all these different, aspects of it that they do a really good job of utilizing the detective aspects in the game and stuff. And so it was really cool to see that done in the movies in a way that hadn't been done before. But I think for the most part, people liked it. We'll address this in a second here. This blasphemy, this Bale Batman is ass.
He's right.
Anthony, you're right. It is not. Nope.
Yeah, he's ass.
Like I said, Jag had his vasectomy done. He decided no children's for the Jacks.
No babies.
So he's big chillin'. Get it? Big chillin' because he got peas over his balls because they're gone. Anyways, DL, I really liked it, but I don't love it. I don't know. It's hard for me to fully appreciate this movie because of controversy with the DCEU and so much Batman fatigue. I can understand that. I can totally understand that.
But to be honest, if people were given the Batman that they wanted, Affleck, would Batman fatigue be like a thing right now? Because I know a lot of people are bringing up Batman fatigue. Personally, I don't think there's really Batman fatigue at all for me. I can see why maybe other people have it, but to be honest, I think a lot of Snyder fans in particular are bringing up Batman fatigue because they didn't get Affleck for sure. I think if they got Affleck, they wouldn't even bring up fatigue at all. They'd be like, "Oh, it's all good. We got what we wanted. Nothing's wrong here. This thing's perfect. It's a masterpiece."
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and that's yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You have a lot of people watching this movie and then going, "Oh man," but I can't. I mean, I can't help but think like what Ben's version would have been and all that. And I don't know. For me, it's been pretty easy to separate the two and just kind of take this as a new iteration and as something separate from what's going on. But at the same time, I do understand. Look, we're gonna get a lot of freaking Batman this year. We are gonna get
Batman, 2 in one different movie, another one, and
not to mention Keanu Reeves is now Batman. So not to mention Bat Wheels is still coming from Gods Unholy. Like they're really they're gonna really milk that IP. But at the same time, look at who's running the studio and stuff. They don't really know what they're doing with these guys. So, what's up, Ashley? Good to see you, Jared. Yes, no, Jack. Hans. Batfleck is overrated, anyways. Dang.
He is kind of overrated.
Dang. I do like Batfleck.
I like Batfleck too, but he is. I can admit something I love.
Overrated. Overrated.
That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I can admit when something I love is overrated.
I feel like he's not much.
A lot of people take offense to it. I think it's kind of weird. Like someone will say something's overrated, and it's like a sin. Like someone just like spit like shit in their mouth, and like they're just appalled by what you just said. Like what you just told them destroyed their entire world. It's a good movie. It's just overrated.
I agree. I mean, look, I like Batman a lot. Batman's probably one of my all-time favorite superheroes. So I'll take as much Batman as I can get. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Look, here's my issue with this whole Bale thing, right? And this happens every single time a freaking Batman movie comes out now. Look, I get people don't like Bale. I get you're not a fan of the voice. Understand? Maybe even not a fan of the story. I understand. I hear you. I get it.
Excuse me. You got some allergies.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to. I'm allergic to Christian Bale.
Shush. But no, look. Those movies did basically what the Batman just did for the character. Like in this movie, like it's showing us a version of the character we haven't seen before. It's revolutionizing the way that this character is brought to the screen. And so as much as even I have a lot of issues with the Dark Knight trilogy and all of that, I'm just not I'm not a fan of this whole hate Christian Bale campaign going on. I feel like he deserves.
People are allowed to feel the way they feel.
Hey, I agree.
Why they feel the way they feel.
But I feel like partly some of it is just because like Affleck was Batman and it was like he was better, or like I don't know. I feel like there's unnecessarily trashing of Christian Bale.
For me personally, it's not that at all. It's the voice. Okay, Christian Bale is not a bad actor. In those movies, okay, let me be specific. In those movies, he is not a bad actor in those movies. His Batman voice is trash. In Batman Begins, that is the best voice out of those movies. And what I love too, little trivia for people who don't know, because I just found this out myself, you could hear the original voice that he did in the teaser trailer for Batman Begins. So, it's the original voice before they used it for the movie.
Before he went.
And it sounds great. It sounds great. I love the voice, but then it gets to Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. It's like, hey man, I just smoked 20 fucking cigarettes. Where's Joker? Where's Joker? Where's Ben?
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
It's terrible. And it's not just that. I think it's Rises for me, to be honest. Like when you have when I was a kid, I loved Christian Bale as Batman. And when it came to Dark Knight Rises, I was so hyped for that movie. I was so ready to see a fucking conclusion to my favorite Batman on screen I've ever seen in my life. The first Batman I've ever seen on the screen in my life. My Batman, my introduction to Batman. To see him go out like that in a terrible movie, terrible written movie, terrible acted movie, it's a shame. And that's what really kind of set my sight on Christian Bale's Batman. I don't know. I just think when you have a great character and a great actor playing a great character and you give them a shit ending, for me personally, it kind of affects my liking of that portrayal, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
I agree. I'm trying to find why. Because like that's one thing. Like you have you're right. His voice did change over time and stuff, and then by the end of it, he's telling Gordon, "Anyone could be anyone, even someone."
That's my favorite Batman moment of all time.
Put your coat
telling
over a
boy,
small boy.
the world is enough.
Rise is rough. Rise is rough. But no, I mean, look, I do feel like those movies deserve a lot of credit for getting us the Batman that we have today. I don't think we would have.
I'm still with the Batman we have today, regardless. But
Well,
I mean, it didn't help.
I don't know.
It paved the way.
I don't think so. Like it
deserves credit.
That was the first time that they took Batman seriously, and it wasn't campy. And Robert is better than Bale.
Meta.
Robert is better than Bale.
The facts.
That's true. It's true. That's true.
Head pats for Meta.
That's true. Let's see. It just doesn't feel like a Batman story, and I don't know why his body is messed up after only being Batman till the end of Dark Knight.
Speaking facts again.
I'm a mod now, Meta. I will time you the out.
Meta.
I don't care. I will time
when Batwheels premieres. Okay, when Batman premieres, me, you, and Austin are going to be doing a watch party. Okay.
Please continue. We're gonna be doing a watch party for what?
For Batwheels. Austin may or may not.
What?
What?
That's how. No, we can see your comments, Watcher. I thought, did I not pull some up?
Yeah, we pulled some up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I said Bale's overrated. Yeah. DC cars. Hell no.
Yes.
Hell no.
Hell yes.
Nah. Nope. Me and Dial, that's what we're gonna counter your and Meta stream. Dial are gonna do a roast stream.
No.
We're gonna get panelists from around YouTube, and we're gonna roast the guy out of Batwheels. That's what I'm gonna do.
It's gonna be amazing.
But no, dear God. But yeah, lots of Batman this year. I did want to let's see. I think that about covers. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about the box office, obviously.
Spoilers.
Yes, and some spoilers as well. We'll do that. The spoilers. What? So spoiler alert, people. I can have this here.
If you have not seen the Batman,
Spoiler warning.
I suggest leaving. But as well, if you haven't seen the Batman, not only just leave so you don't get spoiled, but go see the movie. It's worth it.
Find a time right now and go watch it right now.
I mean, if you want to wait to see it on your small screen and not experience it with that surround sound, if you don't want to feel the Batmobile in your bones, okay,
rattle you to your core.
Wait for HBO Max. But
if you don't want to get turned on, sexually,
by the Batmobile,
by the rattling, of a car.
Dear God, that's my favorite scene in the movie. My favorite scene.
Yes, we will. Yeah. But no. So out of the whole movie, spoilers. What were the highlights for you? What stood out? What some of your favorite moments and stuff?
Spoiler wise, I don't just want to bring up the setup because there is a lot of setup in the movie that I am excited for, that I do want.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll cut to the chase. Okay. I like the fact I fucking knew there was going to be Joker in this movie. I knew it. I had a feeling in my bones. I'm like, just they're gonna cut to the chase and say, "Fuck it, let's do it now," and instead of just wait for it. The laugh was trash. Okay, absolute garbage. I don't know what kind of laugh that was. Although I am waiting to hold judgment on Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, I have no. Oh,
We heard his correct.
You're asking me the wrong.
we heard the correct pronunciation the next time. We were too high.
Yeah.
But
And we're drunk.
I'm waiting to see the chemistry between him and Pattinson to really hold judgment on whether I like him as Joker or not. But that laugh, I'd rather stick with Jared Leto's laugh than that laugh. I'd rather have Jared Leto's laugh than hear that again because it was terrible. And I cringed. I cringed the first time I heard it, and the second time I cringed so hard I was slinking out of my seat like a slinky. I was just dying inside. How cringe it was. But that picture you showed me the other day, like I don't know if that was official though, because I did look at it closer, and it did look really deep faked. I didn't see any source, any reliable, media.
We can just
source.
blame Caden. Caden sent it to me, so
Because it does. I looked at it, and it does look pretty deep faked for sure. Because his nose is really weird if you look at it.
Well, I had heard that it's prosthetic. You're using prosthetic.
No, it's not a prosthetic. It's you can tell like there's some parts of the picture that you can tell it's digital. Like it's a digital mock-up.
Yeah. I mean, no, I liked the laugh. I thought the laugh was fun. Obviously, I need to hear a lot more of it. It's very, and then on top of it, it kind of mixes with Riddler's laugh and stuff, and so you don't get a clear. But from the first, like when he starts laughing, it sounds like really high pitched, kind of almost like Mark Hamill a little bit, which that's my all-time favorite Joker laugh is Mark Hamill. That guy, go. So it kind of sounded like that was more what he was going for, is that super high pitched, kind of Mark Hamill laugh. But I mean, I didn't mind it. I loved that whole scene. I thought that whole scene, for me, like as a fanboy, I think that's what you want. We've seen Batman take on a lot of these characters individually, or he hasn't taken on a double character. I guess, yeah, Bane and Talia.
Yeah, but he didn't really go against Talia, really.
Like at the same time, like you haven't had that since Batman Returns with Catwoman and Penguin and all those guys are truly interacting throughout the whole movie.
I would say a better, for instance, is like Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin.
Right. So I mean, like I said, I want to hear more of the laugh, but I liked that scene a lot. I love that the Joker is the one that gives the Riddler his catchphrase and goes, riddle me this and all that.
I didn't realize that at first.
Yeah. And just that, I just love the idea of them teaming up, right? Knowing the comics, right? Joker and Riddler have kind of like a Harley relationship where he's always taking advantage of the Riddler in some way. Riddler's always pissed off and trying to get him back at some point. So, I mean, I think that setup, that dynamic is super exciting for me to think about. DL says, rolled my eyes so hard when the Joker appeared at the end. They just couldn't help themselves. Well, I was expecting it, man. I was like, it's
well, DL. I mean, this is what I'm gonna tell everyone who has a problem with Joker being in the movie. It's kind of essential to Batman, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't have him in this movie anyway,
yeah,
I think it's kind of a waste to not a waste, but I think it would be kind of out of place if they did it in the second movie or the third movie. So this, and it's not like he's going to be a central character in the next movie or anything like that. Like Matt Reeves even said that. So it's not like you're going to get the entire origin in the movie. He's going to be the main villain of the second movie. He's not going to be a main villain. So I doubt he'll be the main villain in the third movie, to be honest, because I don't see why waste potential of utilizing characters that have never been utilized before and just using the Joker.
Right,
last.
over and over. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to use the Riddler. I'm going to use potentially Mr. Freeze, and then, go back to the basics and use Joker. So,
well, or like I said, if Joker's included in some way where he's teaming up with these guys, and maybe he's not the central villain, but he's, in the background a lot and all of that, I'm cool with, because that is, again, in the comics, even when Joker's not the main villain, he's somehow involved in a lot of ways and all of that. He's always kind of the background character, and for Yeah, exactly. He's always kind of orchestrating things and that type of stuff. And for Batman, it kind of always leads back to Joker. And Matt Reeves talked about, and I kind of like that the movie that would have shown it. I kind of wish they would have shown it, but I understand they didn't. Um, the movie kind of calls to that, and that Matt Reeves said there's a scene where Batman goes and visits Joker, like Calendar Man style, because that's the one serial killer he's dealt with up until Riddler. So that type of stuff, I think, is how the Joker should really be utilized. What's up, Rhea?
What's up, Ray?
Rhea in the chat. We love Rhea. But yeah, no, I mean that was so. I love the Joker part. Another really cool part for me was the ending. The end action sequence was really freaking awesome, and the stuff that they could have set up with the city being flooded, like I've been talking about. I think now is the perfect time. You have the city's basically destroyed, all of this. So by the next movie, you can have things like the Iceberg Lounge has the big pool in the middle with the iceberg and all of that. You can have uh, Gotham split into different sections and have an Arkham City or that type of thing where most of the criminals and all of them hang out and because it does seem like they're taking a lot from the games and all of that. But
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are expecting the flood. Like a lot of people in their mind are like talking about like the next movie's going to open up with the flood still there.
now,
The flood's going to be gone.
Yeah,
guys.
it's gonna be gone.
It's going to be fucking gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chill.
yeah, I think it'll be gone. But like I said, the damages will be set. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
said,
Well, the Riddler's effect on what he did will be there.
right. It'll all be set up and all that. How do you think the movie? Like, who do you think the movie could bring besides Joker, obviously, and the Riddler? Do you think Freeze is probably the next?
Freeze would be cool, to be honest, but we got a tease in the movie. I didn't hear the name at first, but like we all saw the little Easter egg Hush
For Hush,
in the movie. I didn't notice though on like there's a radio broadcast or something before we see that, and it mentions the name Edward Elliot.
Oh, what?
Which I think the his name in the comics correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat if they know. I think it's Thomas Elliot, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But they changed it to Edward Elliot in the movie, and like right after you hear that name, you see Hush. So I think they'll bring Hush in for sure. I think what Matt Reeves is doing with the detective aspect for Batman, Hush is perfect for Matt Reeves and what he's trying to do with this Batman. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, I thought it was Thomas Elliot. Thank you, Watcher. Thank you.
Yeah,
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thomas Elliot.
I think it would be interesting keeping the flood there. But honestly, I think that's an obstacle we don't really need in the other movies when we're trying to get more story, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that it would kind of get in the way of us. Not of us getting more story, but in the story in general. Like it would just be like an unnecessary obstacle in the middle of the movie, like for no reason. Like it's still there when, come on. It's gone. It's gonna be gone. They're gonna like call the National Guard or something. The Coast Guard. I don't know.
Well, they already said the National Guard's on the way.
Yeah, exactly.
There
you go.
That was a big highlight for me. The narration in this movie, just it's. I need that in every Batman movie from now on. That was so, and I can understand like why they haven't done it. I think there's kind of this worry that with them trying to make Batman so dark and so realistic in a sense, the narration can kind of take you out of it. But I thought it was so great. I thought it was so cool because it really feels like the movie's being guided by Batman and by Bruce, and that you're in his head with him, and you're that your thought process is in the same lining because of that narration of Bruce and as Batman, of like the way that he works all night and the way that he sees Gotham and the way that he sees himself as not necessarily Bruce but more Batman. So I thought the narration was really good.
I just like the fact that when even he's Bruce Wayne, he's Batman.
Yeah.
I think that's quintessential Batman. Like that's like the character so much. It's just, and it kind of shocks me because we've gotten so many live action Batman, in Batman movies. We have a lot of Batman movies.
Yeah.
But looking at this movie, I don't think we've gotten a more comic accurate version of the character, and just comic accurate in general. Like you were saying with the narration, that's the comics. Like the entire comic, you're reading the narration of this character in his head. And I always wondered, like, if they were to do that in a movie, like if they were to actually pull like the narration and kind of use the same aspect, like you're seeing these panels of the city and stuff, and you're reading his thoughts. I always wondered what that would look like in live action and how it would be interpreted.
Yeah.
And if it would take me out of it or not, like you were saying,
right.
Takes people out of it. Didn't take me out of it.
No, they worked it perfectly, and that's a credit, I think, to Matt Reeves and his writing and all of that. Hi, Belle.
Hey, Belle.
Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat as always. But no, I think that's a credit to Matt Reeves and his writing and just how
much of a fan he is.
Yeah, how much of a fan and how he handled everything. I mean, at the end of the day, it really drew the most from the Long Halloween, I think. But
year one too.
And year one, but the way that he balanced all the elements of all the other iterations of Batman, taking the games, taking the comics, taking the animated series stuff, it just felt like the perfect. I mean, that's my issue with Batman versus Superman. I talk about a lot. It's like it's a mixture of all of these elements, and it feels very messy and kind of all over the place. And the story, you have the death of Superman, you have the Dark Knight Returns, you have some part Flashpoint, you have some part.
You have Dark Knight Returns, and then you have Death of Superman.
Yeah, it's
right after.
And it's not, you're not using mainly the storylines. You're just taking the moments and using them for the effect. Where this felt like, I mean, the Catwoman storyline was straight out of the Long Halloween. The narration straight out of the Long Halloween. Falcone straight out of the Long Halloween. Like a lot of, that I thought was cool. I say this one a lot, but I think this really might be one of the most faithful comic book adaptations.
Well, Watchmen. Watchmen is the most comic accurate movie ever made, and then there's this movie. So that's my ranking: is this movie and Batman. That's mine, and then Batman Begins.
And I will say this for people who are worried, the Zack Snyder fans and stuff that are worried and all of that. I think the one thing that a lot of people will like and will continue to enjoy is that this movie very much keeps what I think a lot of the Snyder fans liked about his DC movies, and that's the intelligence. It's not, it's a highly intelligent, slow burn, pay attention. It's not, it's not like the MCU where you can kind of, you're cool with taking a bathroom break, or something. Like, this movie is like, you got to be laser focused and pay attention.
I mean, to be fair, you did take 2 bathroom breaks.
And 2 naps.
But the first time you watched it. Let that be stated for the record.
Well, here's the thing. I left at the moment. I took the bathroom break at the clip, at the scene where he punches Gordon. Because I'm like, all right, I've seen this.
But it's only 45 seconds.
Yeah, well, I didn't think that far ahead.
By the time you're walking in the bathroom, you're missing.
He had already glided off the freaking building and all that. I was so mad.
The scene's over.
Oh, I was so mad. I'm so happy we saw it the next day, though. But it's very Earth 1, very Long Halloween, very Arkham games. Very Arkham. And that kind of makes sense. I mean, Warner Brothers, of course, wants to boost their own stuff, and those games are super highly successful iterations of the character.
I don't understand this whole complaining about Batman fatigue. I can understand if you have Batman fatigue, but this whole like game everyone's on, this whole thing that everyone's on about complaining about, why do we need more Batman? We're getting so much Batman content. Why is that a problem? What? I don't understand. I don't understand what people have an issue with. We're getting more Batman than we've ever gotten before in history, in cinematic history. Okay? What is there not to be excited about? Even if I can give people the benefit of the doubt. Even if you don't like the interpretation of the character right now with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, you still have more Batman content than you've ever gotten before in your life. I don't understand what people have to complain about. Yeah, I can, like I said, I know why people feel the way they feel about feeling fatigued with Batman and stuff like that. And You know, it makes sense why. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. Part of me agrees, and part of me also
never good enough.
I can understand.
It's never good enough for anybody.
Yeah, but that is one thing, right? That's made I think the character so special and so successful over the years is that we get a solo Batman movie every 5 to 10 years, type thing. And,
Within 5 years.
Right. And so unless there's a trilogy going on or something. So I don't know.
Cylon Scott.
What did he say? I have Aquaman for 2. One movie was too much. Dude, he said I'm done with Aquaman. But
I'm done with Amber Heard.
what you got against Amber Heard?
What do you mean? Okay, I'm not going into this.
What you got?
Not the right place to do this.
What you got against Amber Heard? Let's see.
Plenty of things.
But no, I mean, I like I said, I kind of understand. I think this year is going to be interesting, having so many. This is probably the most Batman we were ever going to get in a year.
This is the most Batman we've gotten since the 90s.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's true. That's true. I'm definitely not trying to figure out how to share my screen here.
We're getting 3 different Batman in the same year. In 4 movies. 4 movies with Batman in it. Come on. That's just me, though. I mean, I'll take it all. I'll take it all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna go see every single one. Like, there's no doubt. But one last thing we'll talk about with the Batman and stuff. This is let's see how to do this. So the box office this week, a lot of people, most people were pretty on top of their predictions. It was predicted to make about 120 to 160. It was anywhere in that area was the spot, and it ended up making about 134. Let's see, I'll pull up the screen here.
It's pretty good
if I can. Oh yeah, no, it's really good. It did great. Let's see, why is this not working?
I was just really hoping, and this is petty of me, even though I do like DVS, I was just really hoping, there's no chance it's going to make $1 billion. I was just really hoping it would beat DVS box office wise. I was really just to see some people cry, just to see just to cause some chaos for a little afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Just to rub it in.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
I want to watch the world
ladies
burn.
and gentlemen, and no, I mean, oh, this is weird. Let's see. But wow, my computer is really slow right now. But no, I do think that obviously a lot of people thought it was going to do well, and I guess I can't bring up the article because it's just not
to share.
It's not working with me. I don't know. This is great. Sorry guys, technical difficulties here. That is weird.
Pending.
Great. Maybe it just slowed. I don't know. But no, overall the box office did really well. It was the one of the best openings for the pandemic era, obviously. Brought in, let's see, ranks 4th as the second Monday after Spider-Man No Way Home. So it brought Batman brought in 24.7 million, so right next to No Way Home in its opening day. But overall, had a great box office opening weekend. For some reason, some people decided to create a narrative that it wouldn't do well, and there were all these issues.
Haters.
Yeah.
Haters. Jealous.
Some
crybaby haters.
Some people really are desperate for clicks and for attention. Yep. So, but yeah. So that obviously had a great weekend. The movie's gonna do great, I think. It has really high ratings from the audience as well, so I don't think there's gonna be a big drop off in the second weekend. Not to mention the marketing has been really good for the movie.
And I think word of mouth,
yeah,
is gonna definitely benefit the movie for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Black Rock.
Yeah.
Charlie
Studios run out theaters.
Let me tell you
for
guys,
hundreds of people. Yeah.
Let me tell you guys something right now. If you don't know, if you guys are getting your box office information from the trades like Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, you need to stop immediately and start taking it from YouTubers. Let me tell you right now, these YouTubers, we are in the know, and we can tell you confidently and surely that WB fudged those numbers. But
you know where you could find pooper scoopers in two places? You could find them at Walmart, and you could find them on YouTube. There you go.
Yep. So yeah, that's but no, I do think that's funny. Yeah, some people came up with a narrative that WB was fudging the numbers for the Batman so it can be bigger, which first of all is pretty much nearly impossible. Like, you guys are acting like WB is the only people that reports the box office. There are analysts, there are theaters that report their reports to not just the studio, but overall. Like, it's really, really hard for a studio to come out and say, hey, this movie made more money than it actually did. And if that's the case too, why didn't WB just do that for Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel? Anyway, let's see. It has a month all to itself to make $1 billion. It doesn't have much competition.
Next big movies. Well, I wouldn't say it's like the next big movie, but like Morbius is the next.
Morbius, that's April 1st.
It's probably not going to make a lot.
You got Moon Knight at the end of the month.
That's on Disney.
On Disney Plus, yeah. Like, it does not have a lot of competition. So yeah, it's But yeah, no, the Snyder bias was real. It was pretty interesting. If you have a bad movie, you have a movie that no one will want to see. Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Like Batman vs Superman.
Exactly. Well, I give you that. Like, as much as I don't like
theatrical
that film, as much as I don't like both cuts of that film, or I have a lot of issues with them. Still they're guilty pleasures because when else am I going to see the death of Superman on screen? When else am I going to see The Dark Knight Returns in some way brought to the big screen? So for me, I kind of just I take what I was given.
I'd rather have none than what we got.
I don't know if I would go that far.
I'd rather have the full thing than just little its and pieces taken for no reason at all. No reason. Just to fit the story. Just to fit the title of the
understand.
Movie. That's the only reason that stuff was pulled, for the title.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done anything else. He could have done an original fight. I'm not saying like the person who wrote it, not saying.
Chris Terrio.
Exactly. They could have done anything else, but they had to take that shit from Dark Knight Returns for no reason, but for the sake to put in, the sake of the title, Batman.
Again, and you know what? So it's funny. Some people talk about this, and especially right now, there's a lot of fans that are like, "Oh man, I'm supposed to just take." There is one person I'm talking about is just finished talking about him, but he's like, "I'm not supposed to just take whatever DC gives me," and all that. Well, no, you don't have to. But I think it's about attitude and perception and all that. Like I said,
you don't have to.
Have a lot of issues with Batman versus Superman, but I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy the action sequences in that movie. I enjoy watching Batman and Superman interact and stuff. And
I'm gonna be straight up about something. You might not have to take what DC is giving to you, but they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing what they're doing regardless. So there you go.
Yeah.
And their numbers for Peacemaker and Batman, for the other movies that they've done, Shazam, Aquaman, they've all been successes.
That's it. Yeah, another thing that you cannot argue.
Can't deny that.
The last few DC movies, even Birds of Prey, which I know a lot of fans don't like, got some high ratings from the critics and most audiences. So
yeah, but that's expected because they make trash decisions all the time.
The critics or the audiences?
Both.
Yep.
Constantly. Like clockwork.
Yeah, that's a big issue for me. Is just the rush of that and that storyline and all that. But see, Watcher, here's a good question. What films are you guys looking forward to that's DC?
This year.
What films are you guys
Probably
looking
meant
for?
this year.
Yeah. After this,
I'd say Black Adam for me.
yeah, probably Black Adam.
The only Flash isn't my most anticipated. Like I'm excited to see it. I'm not. I'm anticipating what's going to be coming afterwards and what this movie is going to do. You know, after all the shit we've heard about this movie, I'm anticipating what it does. So.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing, like Dr. Fate. Hawkman's a big draw for me in Black Adam. I've always wanted to see Hawkman on screen and stuff, so I'm excited for that. I am excited for Aquaman 2. I liked the first one more than I thought I was gonna like it.
Which was great.
I really didn't think I was gonna like it. I feel bad for it because it's gonna get so overshadowed and probably just buried by Avatar 2.
I honestly don't think they're gonna keep that date, to be honest.
But I think Aquaman will move. I think
they're either gonna move it back, because if they move it to January, I think you're kind of burying.
What January's month studios are afraid of.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're kind of burying it, even though it's probably not gonna make $1 billion again. Who knows? It could. Probably not though. Being realistic and with the time we're in, I think they'll move it back. To be honest, if they don't, I'll be shocked. If they release it, the farthest they could release it, I think maybe March is the farthest they could push it. But to be honest, I think that's kind of a risk. But I think that's not too bad, to be honest. I think March could work. It's perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah, no, I agree. But still trying to figure out this share thing.
Still not working.
It's not going to go. But I can't get rid of it. But no, yeah, I do think that Black Adam will be good. The Flash, obviously, is the one I think everybody's just kind of waiting to see what happens. But no, I agree, Stella. No movie is perfect. So
there are some perfect movies. There are some. They're very limited, but there are some.
There are a few for me, for sure. But yeah, Black Adam, I think, is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, no, I think that about covers it for the Batman and the DC stuff. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out how to pull this up. Let's see here. I do the entire screen and I go here. Can you guys see that? No. Is my StreamYard still up? Find out here. Oh no, there's the article. Okay, yeah. So I just gotta watch from. See this? That's weird. Okay, so there's the box office stuff for the Batman. The next major studio release is until March 25th, and I doubt that a Sandra Bullock movie is gonna really compete with Batman.
Tatum, Sandra Bullock.
But yeah, next up for the Batman, you have the spin-offs overall worldwide, $258 million, which is really good. I'm pretty sure that's already a budget made back, but I think it's probably got to cross like $500 million at least to break even and for them to make all the marketing money back as well. But overall, great opening weekend. We'll see how it does next weekend and see if there's any drop off. There we go, a little stop screen so we don't streamception. But yeah, other than that, guys, they did release some other news and some other stuff today that we'll take a look at. For fans of Henry Cavill, there's a new
looks so terrible.
New picture.
They butchered my boy.
Oh God, for Matthew Vaughn's new upcoming spy movie. Let's see here. Here we go.
Look how stuff is coming up like right as well.
I know, yeah. That's usually how it happens. Okay, here we go. So we have our first picture here, and they even released a short teaser of Matthew Vaughn's new Apple TV film Argyle, which is going to be it looks pretty interesting. The cast is awesome. Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, John Cena, Samuel L. Jackson. Dear God, Dua Lipa in her acting debut.
No. Fucking why?
Well,
Why?
but no, I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I'm a big fan of I think it's cool that somebody's gonna use Henry Cavill in a spy movie. Besides the man
He's
from
been in a spy movie.
yeah,
He's
but the
been
man
in
from
2
Uncle was
spy
trash.
movies.
The man from Uncle was
No,
trash.
it's not.
It was trash.
It's not.
Oh, that
trash.
was so bad.
It's a
Baby.
great movie.
No.
It's
no,
a
no,
great
no.
movie.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
And I like Guy Ritchie.
It's
That
better than
movie's
that
not good.
trash Mission Impossible movie. Every Mission Impossible is the same exact movie, just like every Fast and Furious movie is the same exact movie. I see Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious as the same thing. Trash. They're both trash. All of them. Every single one. All right, guys, this is my show now.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. No, it's my show. My show now.
What's up, everyone? How you doing? Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Rock does play a character. Yeah, it was fine. It was fire. The movie's fire. Okay. I don't know what this man's talking about. Okay. Why do you always keep deleting your comments? Is he deleting his comments? I was not aware. There's a clip I put in the PL private chat, Twitter of Argyle. I did see that clip. But yeah, last time on Argyle, Henry Cavill is his new name. Henry Cavill looks like a eraser. He looks like the eraser that shaved off Superman's mustache in Justice League. He looks terrible. I don't know what they did to his forehead. They made him look like a monster. He looks like Frankenstein. He could honestly be Frankenstein by those pictures. But yeah, I don't know about this.
Did you just say Mission Impossible was trash?
Yeah, I did. I'll say it again. Mission Impossible is trash. Tom Cruise is trash.
Fallout is probably one of the best action movies of the last 20 years.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It is not. I would cast Oscar Isaac as Harvey Dent for the next sequel of Batman. Honestly, he's a good choice for Harvey Dent, but I'm honestly
tired of seeing Oscar Isaac.
I'm not even tired of him. I'm tired of the conventional choices for characters. Like, it would be cool to see like these big name actors play these characters. I think it's cool. It's more unique to go with the more unconventional choice, like with Paul Dano as Riddler, or Barry, whatever the fuck his name is, as Joker. Heath Ledger as Joker. Like, the most unconventional choices, the most controversial choices, somehow end up being the best performances, to be honest.
And then you have Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
That's true. But last thing on this, I think it's time people stop judging a new interpretation before they see it, because almost every time that happens, we're blown away and everybody loves it. So I think it's time people put a cork in it. How about that? Love you, Dio. I do it for you. Do it for you, and I do it for him. Do it for him.
I approve of this.
He met with WB for the Batman 2018. That's right, he did. So did Armie Hammer, I believe, audition for BVS.
Armie Hammer was
Dark Knight.
Armie Hammer was gonna play Batman in Justice League Dark.
That too, and he did audition.
And then he ate some people.
For Batman Begins. Allegedly. We don't know any of those things are true.
What was the text? Yeah, I want to fry your rib. I want to put your rib on the grill.
Fake texts.
I want to
keep people on their phones.
I want to take your liver and I want to.
14-year-olds can go on Instagram and make a
soup out of it.
That easy.
But yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, no, I mean, look, I think that's going to be a pretty cool little franchise and stuff. I enjoy Matthew Vaughn. I enjoyed The Kingsman a lot. I enjoyed the Kingsman franchise. I enjoyed X-Men First Class, which Matthew Vaughn also did.
Yes.
So I like a lot of his stuff, and I definitely am looking forward to this franchise and seeing Henry maybe get a nice little, actually get some sequels with a franchise. That would be nice. But let's see here. The next thing I had for us was, this was for you. But oh yeah, and I totally forgot. Jack has transitions. So let's talk about the next thing. All right, cool. Wow, that's nice. That's actually very nice. I'm gonna have him. Oh my God, he's dead. It's like that episode from Family Guy where the episode ends and he just jumps and everybody comes down and Peter's still in midair and they're like, "Peter, are you okay?" And he goes, "No, call an ambulance. I don't know what's happening." But Amazon's got some money. They're pulling out the big bucks. They're dropping the money. We've got Jeffrey Bezos. Okay, no, obviously they've got Lord of the Rings coming out at the end of this year, and it seems that a live-action video game adaptation of God of War is in the works for Prime Video. So I don't have a PlayStation. I play Xbox. Microsoft is the GOAT.
Ooh, Microsoft sucks. Bill Gates can suck
You're
it.
just
Ooh.
mad that mine looks better. It does better.
PS5 looks better.
But
it's not a plain looking toaster.
Mine's a PC, motherfucker.
My PC or my fucking
yeah.
My console doesn't look like a fucking toaster. Okay.
It doesn't look like a toaster. It looks like a PC.
It's a toaster.
It looks like, ladies and gentlemen in the chat.
It's a toaster.
All right, you're gonna tell me right now. Does that look like a toaster or a PC?
Toaster.
It looks like a PC.
That's
like a giant box PC.
I have a PC at my house. It's not a PC.
I don't want to hear it.
It's not a PC.
But no, obviously you've played the games a lot. I like the games a lot too and stuff. But how do you feel? I feel like this is what for me. This is like for me, Halo and Paramount. This is what is for you, like an adaptation of God of War.
I wouldn't say that because I just beat it last month.
Oh.
So I didn't know anything about it until like last month. So like it's not. Although I do really want to see this and what they do with it, I hope it's good. I'm praying to God of War that it's good. Had to do that. I don't know. When it comes to video game adaptations and when it comes to like really fucking good ones like God of War, I don't know. I think I have the right to be skeptical.
Yeah, no, same. I mean, I agree. Look, this is something that very much like Halo, like the God of War franchise and Halo and all those types of things. I've always thought if they're going to be adapted, they need to be this big, epic, sprawling, like I'm talking $200 million budget.
God of War is that.
Crazy stuff needs to happen because these, I mean, I honestly can't think of a movie that's been done that would be like God of War. The story or
there's too much
action.
There's too much you would have to put into a movie. You would have to cut to the chase and like cut a
well,
lot of the story out.
You would do a franchise, obviously. You would want to do more.
Yeah, I don't think it would work for the story, to be honest. Though I think a show is the perfect format for and I'm telling you, I said this on Mad Max a few weeks ago. I think a month or two ago. I said this, and I know it's coming. Okay, the dawn of good, faithful video game adaptations in the format of series is upon us. I think a series format is the best way to format a video game adaptation, to be honest. You have full reign. You can do multiple seasons. You don't have to worry about cutting stuff out of the story for runtime of a movie, for a 2.5 hour runtime or something like that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Okay? Like with Last of Us. They could do 5 seasons of Last of Us.
Right.
To be honest. They could do 10 seasons of Halo. They could do whatever they want.
Yeah. No, I agree. That definitely is the format. Is for me, as long as it looks good, and it has that movie quality effect to it. I think that's what's important. But so what do you think of this? Dave Bautista for Kratos or Jason Momoa? Bautista, they already made Pale in Dune, so I could see him. I could see Bautista, actually. The more I think about it, I could really see Bautista. I think Bautista. I'm setting it down with Bautista. Bautista for 500.
I'm going to go with Bautista, too. Me too, but honestly, I think they should get the voice actor if he's okay with doing it, just for the sake of. And I was talking to you about this the other night. Whoever they get to play him, I'll be cool with. I have faith that they'll pick a good person to play Kratos, and it doesn't need to look exactly like him from the games, but it's the voice for me. It's the iconic voice that I forget his name, who plays Kratos in the 2018 game, but I think he should do the voice. You can't do the voice if it's not the same guy.
Right.
It's not like the Mandalorian where he wears a helmet.
Right. Exactly. No, I mean, I it's definitely that's going to be interesting to see who they cast and how they approach that. Like, obviously, kind of like similar situation. Big thing why, I like the Halo adaptation. What they're going to do is they're bringing the original, not just voice, but they're bringing the actress that played Cortana to the series and stuff, and that's has me so hyped. But Protest X asks, will the Mario movie be good?
No, it will not.
I like Chris Pratt. I'm gonna give him a chance.
Tired of seeing him.
Well, you're not gonna see him. It's an anime.
Tired of hearing him, seeing him. Tired of him.
I like him. I like Chris Pratt.
I like him too, but like
I like Chris Pratt.
I see him in everything now, like that.
He's got a new Amazon show.
Yeah, the new Amazon movie.
I want to see. Like, it's a show.
Didn't you like just do a fucking movie like last month?
It's a show. No,
the
he
month
did.
Before that.
Tomorrow Man was like last year. Where have you been? How much Chris Pratt have you been watching behind my back? Like, Jesus.
I see him everywhere. Stop seeing Chris Pratt.
What's up, Enosh? Shout out, Enosh. That's right. Watch us in HD on the biggest screen possible.
1080p.
In IMAX. Breaking news, Chris Pratt just got cast.
Get out.
Yeah. I love it. But no, I think that's going to be a cool series and stuff. Like I said, I've always wanted them to do a God of War movie or adaptation and stuff. Not sure how I feel yet about the series being the format for it, but I still think it's going to be really cool. And
it was also, speaking of, this is kind of a good segue, but speaking of just a little quick topic, but I guess Amazon Prime has, well, we already know these movies, but it's just cool to say they have 3 live-action video game adaptations in development: God of War, Mass Effect, and Fallout. I'm telling you guys, dawn of video game adaptations is upon us. Okay,
as long as
we're
they
gonna
do
get
it right.
some good stuff.
As long as they do it
we're
right.
gonna get some good stuff.
As long as they do it right. That's my whole thing. But no, I mean, overall, I think it's gonna be pretty cool, and I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that was another little announcement today, was that the first 2 episodes of Halo are gonna go to theaters. Which I'm like, yeah. I want to see that shit on the big screen. No, you're coming with me. If I had to go see Scream with you, you're coming with me to see Halo. No.
You act like seeing Scream was a bad thing.
It wasn't a bad thing, but
the only bad thing was it's never seen.
I
showed him
you know
Scream
what?
2. I showed him Scream 2 because Scream 1 wasn't available anywhere, and I didn't have my physical copy on me, so we just had to watch Scream 2.
He made me watch.
I watched it again today. It's great. It's on Paramount Plus. Go watch it.
Forced me to sit down and watch with him. The god awful.
Hey, I had to watch it too.
Absolutely
I had
horrific.
to watch it too. Okay.
Honestly, maybe one of the worst movies that I've ever seen in my life.
It's the worst movie of the year.
Easily,
without a doubt.
Easily. That Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a sequel. It's a sequel. Yeah, it's a
sequel.
Well, they bring back the originals.
For no reason.
I've waited 50 years for this night. But Bradley Hollywood 3 is better than Scream 5. You done did it now.
Anthony, I need you to tone it back a little bit and tone it down with blasphemy, okay? There's only so much my heart can take. I might be 21 years old, okay, but I have a weak heart, okay? I smoke, okay? You know what you're doing to me, Anthony. You know what you're doing. You're breaking my heart.
Breaking my heart. But no. After that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you owe me like 5.
No.
But
I do not.
But yeah, you're gonna like it.
Same, Enosh.
I have Texas Chain. Yeah. Yeesh.
And I was actually kind of hyped for it, to be honest, because after that Leatherface movie, I was like, man, maybe we'll finally get a good Texas Chainsaw movie.
So
I don't know what I was thinking.
so bad. So bad.
I know I have fatigue of fatigue. I'm tired of I'm
tired
fatigued.
of being tired, damn it.
I'm fatigued of fatigue.
But hey, thanks Watcher for tuning in. Always appreciate your viewership and you watching. It's always good to see you in the chat. But no, I figured before we close out, we'll talk a couple other things and stuff. Obviously, we tried. We really did, ladies and gentlemen. We tried. We tried our best. And maybe if you all have seen it in the chat, you can maybe kind of convince us to finish it. But I think we stopped after the third episode or something like that.
Oh.
But we tried to watch The Boys Diabolical this weekend.
And mind you, we watched it super baked. Okay.
Where like this should have been really funny.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't budge once.
It's very much it very much feels more so like Visions, right? In an anthology, and like the animation's different, stories are kind of different. You have different casts. Jason Isaacs plays Butcher. Simon Pegg plays
which I love. I think that's the one thing I love, because Simon Pegg, Huey was drawn and was written based on Simon Pegg. So, and he was originally supposed to play Huey, but they couldn't get him, so they got Jack Wade. And I guess they've been trying to adapt Boys for a long time, for like 10 years.
Yeah, they've been trying to get that made. So there were some moments that were kind of funny and stuff, but overall, that first episode was really boring. Yeah, really boring.
I can appreciate the Tom and Jerry aspect, like the classic cartoon.
Right. What they did. Yeah.
I love those cartoons. Part of my childhood for sure.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that, but like other than that, I'm just like,
yeah, it just didn't fit for us and stuff. But I think I'm gonna go watch the finale or something.
Yeah, I might
because
I want to watch it for Giancarlo.
Right, and
Anthony Starr.
They did say something sets up.
Yeah, I figured something would.
So
season 3 or something.
Yeah, so I mean, I look forward to season 3 more so, but we'll probably try and give The Boys Diabolical another chance. But Anthony Starr done got arrested. He done went and beat some peoples. I guess he's shooting a movie right now with I believe he's shooting Argyle. I think he's shooting Argyle. He's shooting Argyle in London.
I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, he's in it, and he got caught over the weekend. He got into some trouble punching, I think, a chef in the face. Yeah. And there was glass involved, broken glass. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I know people were like, "Oh, he is Homelander," and stuff. But no, I mean there was reports originally that he'd been arrested for a year, and people were like, "What?"
If he gets in trouble again in 12 months, then he could risk that.
Right.
He's rich. Come on, he's rich.
Right. Anthony had chef fatigue. He had just finished watching the movie Chef, directed by Jon Favreau, and then he went to a restaurant called Chef, which did not help the situation whatsoever. Then the chef of the restaurant came out to ask him how his food was, and that was the end of it. He just knocked the shit out of that guy. Took a glass and beat the living pulp out of him, Homelander style.
Did the chef have chocolate salty balls?
Yeah.
South Park reference.
There you go. But no, that's a I am looking forward to The Boys season 3, to seeing Jensen Ackles.
Yes.
Jensen Ackles.
It's Ackles.
It's the
Acolyte.
It's the ankles of Jensen's. He's gonna be in it. He's Soldier Boy, so I think that's gonna be pretty cool. But yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Tonight, Pam and Tommy finale.
Yes, we have Pam and Tommy.
So if you guys aren't watching that, definitely I recommend Pam and Tommy. It's super interesting.
We did get Picard season 2 last week. I just want to say, I understand people have issues with Picard, man. But what a great first episode! What a great first episode! It was fantastic. I'm so excited for more Picard. You know, I'm not a huge Star Trek guy like my dad, but I do love Star Trek.
Or like Brian here on the Poindexter Pantheon.
Or like Brian. I might not be a hardcore Trekkie, but I do love me some Picard. I might not like Discovery, but I do love Picard. It's great.
Who doesn't love Patrick Stewart? Like, I will watch Picard because of Patrick Stewart. I've never even seen Star Trek. It's Patrick Stewart.
He's great. It's fantastic.
No, I watched that first episode with you. It was pretty cool and stuff, and it's gonna be should be interesting. I'm not really big into Star Trek, but I'm gonna try to.
It's very niche.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to learn some more and get more into it. But
there's a lot of interesting stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that you're like, okay, no.
Yeah, obviously, I guess the season's gonna be in modern day.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of. I don't want to see the whole reason I'm watching a futuristic dystopia show or movie is I don't want to be my timeline. It's garbage. I don't want to be reminded how garbage it is. Okay, and especially in a different medium. All right, with characters I love. Don't put characters I love in the world I live in, please. Because I already live in it and it's bad enough. All right. No, I'm just kidding. It's great.
No, I think it should be good. You know.
I love life.
And he's off to see the therapist, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I mean, I think it should be pretty cool and stuff. I look forward to getting more into Star Trek because that's something I've wanted to do for a while. But yeah, Pam and Tommy, Picard. Trying to think what else we've watched. You're watching Raised by Wolves.
Yes, Raised. Okay, no one's talking about Raised by Wolves. No one's talking about it. Okay.
There you go.
If you haven't seen Raised by Wolves and you love Ridley Scott and you love complex sci-fi, go watch Raised by Wolves, please. Someone talk about season 2 with me, please. Babe, please catch up so I can talk about it with you because I'm dying to talk about it.
Well, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Go watch it. Season's almost done. It's almost done.
I know you finished Euphoria wrapped recently. You were watching Euphoria.
Righteous Gemstones as well, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal show.
Yo, go watch The Righteous Gemstones. If you have not watched The Righteous Gemstones on HBO Max, Danny McBride is a genius. I absolutely love that guy.
So is David Gordon Green.
David Gordon Green.
Except for when it comes to Halloween.
Phenomenal.
Which Halloween Ends just wrapped.
Just wrapped as well. Yep.
And I think it's interesting that Jamie Lee kind of confirmed that she gets killed off in the movie because she literally posted her last day shooting. Like she's like, this was my last day playing Laurie Strode. She actually posted a really nice, sentimental paragraph. It was a really, it made me tear up a little bit. But she did say that. She did say that she wrapped filming her scenes, but the film was still, in like post-production, I think. Or they were still filming a few other things before she was done. So she basically confirmed she gets the axe, which kind of suspected.
Yeah. So that one I look forward to. I hope they close out that franchise well.
Yes, and then don't make it another Halloween for a long time.
Yeah, right, for like 15 years.
Time. And if you do, reboot it or something.
Yeah, start over. I agree. So definitely some cool, interesting things. Like we said, mainly the Batman was all there was to talk about this weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on in the outside world and that type of stuff, and we tried to.
Wait, there's an outside.
There is an outside, and there other places exist.
I've been in the closet for so long.
You have. He just recently came out, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new It's
true.
But no, obviously there's the stuff happening with Ukraine, and there's the stuff happening, just all politically and stuff. And we try to obviously give you some entertainment, some topics that aren't, take you away from all of that.
All this shitty stuff.
Yeah. And while it's all that is important and stuff, it's nice to have a little break and get away and have some conversations and stuff like that. But obviously, our support and love to the Ukraine and everything that's happening over there. It's a very sad and tragic situation, and we can only hope for the best with that. But other than that, guys, yeah, Jack is out this week. He's like I said, no babies for the Jack. It's his vasectomy, and so we'll be back on Thursday, taking over for Jack, and maybe we'll have some other guests, and hopefully there'll be some more news and stuff. If not, we'll figure something out. We'll go live. We'll do something interesting. But obviously, don't forget Brian, Master of None, the Poindexter Pantheon, everything that's happening here. Brian. Master. Yep, Brian, 10 forward on Mondays. The Sci-Fi Center live on Fridays. Wednesdays, the greatest people I've ever met with myself. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Jiving with Jack, not to mention a bunch of other shows and content and things that are going to be coming. There's a lot of stuff to be excited for. If you guys want to check out my channel and what's going on over there, we do a lot of we have Lean on Me, Comic Nerd Rave, and we also have been talking a lot of sports recently. We have some sports shows happening on Tuesdays and Saturdays, so you can check that out. All the links are in the description below. Did you want to shout out any of your stuff? Or
I got one more video coming out. It's going to be my 100th video, and that's going to be my last video on YouTube.
Whoa.
That will be the long-anticipated Avatar interview where I go along the Las Vegas Strip. Me and my lovely boyfriend here are gonna interview people about Avatar 2, and I'm gonna see how many people don't give a shit about it, and I'm gonna be right.
And I am going to go out.
Feel great. It's gonna feel great knowing that it's gonna film these people not even know what the fuck I'm saying. It's gonna be great.
I'm going to go out a solid hour before with $100 in singles. I'm just going to go up to pay people away. When you see us, just say you're super excited for Avatar.
I paid them off before we even left the car or left the house.
I paid them off a week early.
Months. They're already paid off.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a year.
Well, yeah, that'll be his final video for the channel, but he'll be on Lean on Me with me. He'll be on other panels and stuff. Obviously.
You can check that video out on Compatible Cinema and Game.
Yeah, and the link is in the description below and everything. Obviously, check out Poindexter Pantheon. You can find me here. You can find me on Max's channel. You can find me on I'm on a lot of channels. Yeah, I'm around. Let's see. Monkey Jeebus. Austin's gonna show his nipple and get Brandon nibble. I'm gonna nibble on the nipple.
Nip.
Austin's gonna show his nipple and get Brandon's channel banned.
Who's Brandon? Who the fuck's Brandon?
Who's Brandon?
I'm supposed to be Brandon.
Brad. Brett. Got it.
I get that a lot.
Got it.
Especially in school.
Got it. No, they don't ban nipples on YouTube for some, which is
Unless you're a girl.
Yeah, well, I can get away with it. Girls can't. So, equality, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this show stands for. Equal rights. If I can show my nipples, damn it, everyone.
Welcome to Woken with Jack.
Right, yeah.
We're woke here. All the woke news, all the woke broadcasts, all your woke news of the woke hotspot of the woke YouTube.
Of the wokeness. But yeah, guys, obviously, great job to the Batman this week. And I do look forward to its next weekend and seeing how it does, and to be quite honest, watching some people eat their words. If I'm gonna be honest here. So, anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching. Guys, make sure and tune in later. He needs coffee. I need weed, and that I think. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure and check out the Lounge Tonight for the Lounging Around stream. Check out the shows on the other, all that stuff. And we will see you later. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you Thursday.
Get jivin'.